Hi, my name is Tracy, and I wanted to give you a speech that I gave in my speech class today, and it's on purity. So I'm going to read from my little paper right here, and then I will, I'll just talk about it, and then you can leave some comments and let me know what your thoughts are. So it's on purity, and here goes. What is purity? Purity is more than just sexual purity, but it is a lifestyle. Other words for purity are cleanliness, transparency, and spotlessness. How would you define purity? If I were to give you a glass of pure water, how would you describe it? If I asked you to compare it to dirty water from a pond, what words would you use to compare and/or describe the glass? Well, you might use the terms I just mentioned. I would like you to think about these things as I tell you what I have found myself, what purity means in a person's life. I know that this can be a sensitive subject to a lot of people, but it is very important, which is why I chose this very subject. The 3 points I would like to make in this speech are: 1. Why purity is important and why we should desire it. 2. How we can live a life of purity. 3. What to do if you've been living a life of impurity but have a desire to change, and how to have a pure heart. I believe that each of these things are important in learning about purity in any way, shape, or form. When I talk about purity, I'm not just talking about abstinence, but I am referring to a life of purity. Since purity is cleanliness, I have concluded that a life of purity would be clean as well. Purity is not just a religious thing, but I believe it is something we strive after but do not do or do not know how to do it. It is right to desire purity, but we have to take action and live it. According to the book entitled Passion and Purity by Elizabeth Elliot, she said, "From the perspective of years, I find it easy to marvel at my own silliness when I was 20. I listen now to contemporary stories of love hoped for, gained, and lost, and am reminded that it was in these matters of the heart that my own heart was sifted and scoured and exposed. The process of purifying began. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God." Must the vision cost so much? Isn't the heart pure enough that has no more than the usual measure of slyness and conscious covetousness or puriness? Wasn't it sufficient that I honestly desired to love God and do whatever He wanted? And just in case you're wondering, that is on page 31 of Passion and Purity. Does this sound like something we all have thought at some point in our lives? I know that I have had this thought before, until my eyes were opened to the truth that I need to live a life of humility and selflessness, a life of purity. A pure life is different. It's whole, it's clean, it's radiant, it's set apart. I mean, how would you define a life of cleanliness and transparency, of spotlessness? Wouldn't you think of a pure life as a life where there is no hint of drugs, no alcohol, no abuse, no evil thinking? The list could go on. It feels like it would be impossible to live that life, right? Well, it's not. It's not hard if you go to the life source. A pure life is set apart and devoted to a life of godliness and excellence. According to the book entitled Before You Meet Prince Charming by Sarah Mailey, which I absolutely adore. It's a really good book. Any of the girls out there, you guys should get it. Anyways, back to the speech. She talks about dating versus courting, which is on page 37 in case you have the book. I know the term courting seems old-fashioned, but I believe that understanding what courtship is and how great it is will help you understand and see a glimpse into how purity is crucial in the way we have a serious or romantic relationship with anyone. Anyways, in her book, Sarah Mailey says people date in order to have a good time right now. Many times they're not actually planning to get married. This is a crucial point. They are not planning long-term commitment. But why date and get attached to someone who is not going to be your lifelong partner? Dating is thinking about fun rather than loyalty to your life partner and joy of the best marriage later. In other words, the world's way is now-oriented. God's way is future-oriented, which is completely true. I hope you are seeing and feeling what I saw and felt the first time I read this. I felt very humbled and desired to give my heart and my life to God. I wanted to follow the courtship method of letting God be the center and not give myself away in any way until the wedding day. I realize that you could be thinking, why is this girl preaching at me? Well, I'm not preaching at you. I don't even know you personally, but I do know that no matter where you go and no matter what you do or receive, you will never be satisfied until your heart finally finds what it has needed and has been looking for all of its thirsty and dying life, which is Jesus. A set-apart life and a pure heart is devoted to the truth and life of Jesus. I have seen evidence of these things in my life. No matter the mistakes you have made and no matter what you've done, which we've all made mistakes, we've all messed up, God desires your heart to be His. He cleanses and makes all things new. He purifies your heart and refreshes it to be whole and new. I can imagine what it is like to break up a relationship with someone whom you have been close to for so long. It has to be one of the most painful experiences in a person's life. I have heard so many stories of girls who have broken off relationships and have felt like burying themselves in pillows for a very long time. I have also heard stories of guys who have been hurt or have broken off relationships with girls, and to this day, both people are still, after many years, searching for their true love or that one thing that will make them happy. But they are thirsty for something real. Well, according to battlecry.com, which you should all go there, it's really good. You'll get a lot of statistics about all different sorts of stuff, and it's really powerful. Watch the videos, go there. Statistics show that by the time the average child graduates from high school, he or she will have watched 19,000 hours of TV, including about 200,000 sexual acts and 1 million acts of violence. 1 in 10 high school females have reported being raped at some point in their life. That's a lot. 48% of high school seniors are sexually active, and it says sexually active in this case means had sexual intercourse in the past 3 months. That's almost 50%. That's 48%. Think about that. That's really bad. And if you have been raped, then I think that just you need to hold on. Don't give up. I grew up in an abusive home, and now I'm adopted into a wonderful family. So just trust me. God's real. He loves you. You just have to look for Him, and you will find Him. Whether it takes all of your life or not, you just have to find Him, and He will love you, and He does love you so much. But I don't know about you, but this is a very shocking thing to me. We were once a nation raised and taught the right morals, and our country was once great. If anyone is wondering why we are in the mess that our country has become today, whether it be in the economy or in the things that I have talked about, think about it. We are trying but will not succeed in taking out God, Christ, Jesus, and everything we own. I know that you're wondering how this has anything to do with my second point of how we can live a life of purity. It's simple. A pure life is clean. It is different. It is right. It is good. And it has made Christ Lord. That's the simple truth, and whether you accept it or not, that is totally up to you. My third point is what to do if you've been living a life of impurity, but have a desire to change and how to have a pure heart. In the book, Teaching True Love to a Sex at 13 Generation, Eric and Leslie Lurie, which everyone I know should probably read that book, and everyone I don't know should get a book of theirs and read it and really think about it. Also, Joshua Harris is really good too. He's really good. Eric and Leslie Lurie, 20,000 thumbs up. I really think they're really good. Anyways, Eric and Leslie Lurie talk very well on how to live a life of purity. They write in their book, innocence is a naivety of the world and its ways. It's an ignorance of immorality and the effects of sin. Sin, in case you don't know, it's pretty much anything wrong or bad that any of us have ever done, whether small or large. Anything that is not right, such as lying, stealing. Not even big things. It could be small things such as, like dishonoring parents, back-talking, having wrong thoughts, hatred thoughts, depression thoughts, depressive, things that really just is not good things to think about, talk about, hear about, murder, things like that. Anyways, innocence is naivety of, okay, I already said that part. Purity is something much different. Purity is the flexing of a moral muscle within a human soul, a moment-by-moment choice to walk a path of integrity amid a world polluted with sin. Innocence is a state of being, but purity is a choice, a step of obedience, a decision of the will. Purity, not merely innocence, should be our ultimate goal. As you can tell, purity is not just religious or just about being abstinent, but it's about the heart and the lifestyle as well. It is rare to find a people in a generation who desire to follow a life of purity, but I encourage you to seek it out and find the one thing your heart can be filled by. I hope you find the truth and what you are looking for. Seek and you will find Him. Knock and the door will be opened up to you. Just know that in all things you can live a life of purity, and there is always forgiveness in second and third and fourth chances. And God does give lots of chances, which is why we're still here. The reason why Jesus has not come back is because he's letting you have a chance. Once he comes back, there's no going back. There's no going back and saying, God, I'm so sorry. Once you see him, the moment's over. You had your chance, which is why I think this subject is so important. Okay? According to the book, Before You Meet Prince Charming by Sarah Milley, she lists many ways that one can guard their heart, which it's now been almost 11 minutes, which I can go into that later. But every decision you ever make and ever will make is the person that it will define who you will become. Will you choose to stand for purity, or will you fall into the crowd of so many others? This is your chance to make a difference. What will you decide? Thanks for listening, and I'm glad you decided to watch this 11-minute video. Anyways, I hope to put up more videos soon, and if you like my videos, if you like anything about it, if you dislike it, just let me know. Just please, don't use curse words or anything, and I'd really appreciate it. Thanks, and talk to you soon. Well, actually, no, I won't talk to you, but anyways, I'll talk to you through commenting. All right.